It's the big promotion head-to-head. Derby against Nottingham Forest in front of a sellout crowd at the baseball ground. And 25 miles down the road in Nottingham, the 8,000 Overspill crowd have been watching the epic on the big screen. And at the Hawthorns, another capacity crowd. West Bromwich Albion and Birmingham fight to avoid the drop. Yes, hello, yet another nail-biter of an evening in the promotion race and relegation zone in the Ensley League Division 1, and later a real cracker from the Hawthorns. Jimmy Greaves will cast his expert eye and calming influence over the games later. Also, we'll be hearing from cricket's record breaker Brian Lara, who joined Warwickshire today. But first, though, it's exclusive football action and plenty to still play for. Leicester City kept their playoff hopes alive with a 1-0 win at Portsmouth last night. Paul Kerr, the scorer. And that left the top of the table looking like this before Nottingham Forest set off down the A52 for the short but daunting trip to the baseball ground. Forest reckon they need 5 points from 4 remaining games. Derby, quite simply, must win against their East Midlands rivals. The commentator for Derby and Nottingham Forest is John Helm.
It's a sellout at the baseball ground, something might well give tonight. Derby, with just 1 defeat in 12, will go 4th if they win. A Forest victory would take them within a point of instant return to the Premier League. The bad news for Derby is that Tommy Johnson, currently at the peak of his form, is out with hamstring trouble. But Marco Gabbiadini should prove a more than useful replacement. Otherwise, it's the side that drew at Grimsby on Saturday. Forest had a scare over Stuart Pearce's back injury, but the England captain wasn't going to miss this little confrontation. So Frank Clark makes just one change to the side that beat West Bromwich Albion. Lars Bohinen comes in for Jason Lee. Referee tonight, Joe Worrell from Warrington, who was only given this fixture on Saturday as a late replacement for John Watson. This is always one of the matches of the season for these two sides. Whenever they meet, it's Forest's first visit here, of course, since the 1990-91 season. And straight away, Gabbiadini in the action, edge of the area, and then Paul Williams lobs one forward. So many matches at this stage of the season tend to have not as much atmosphere in the first half as they do in the second as it builds, but I think it will be there throughout tonight. Gabbiadini forward, here goes Kitson inside that penalty area, and the chance into the crowd, but an immediate warning there to the Nottingham Forest defence that Derby are in the mood. Nicked forward there for Kitson, edge of that penalty area, and pursued by Chettle, he snatched at it a little. Nicholson. So a little bit hurried at the moment. So Williams, Gabbiadini's making a run. That was a very good run, and Williams spotted him. Comes out for Simpson. Kitson's in the middle calling for it. It's going to go beyond him. Pearce's header. Cowans plays a lovely ball, beautifully weighted out here for Charles. Calls for it again. Cowans very much involved. Oh, here comes Kitson. The header's a good one. Crossley able to make a comfortable catch under his own crossbar. But Paul Kitson looks in Rapier-like form tonight. Cowans has been involved in everything so far that's been good about the game. It's his lobbed cross in here, Kitson's header, but Crossley able to take it. Floor from Phillips again, tremendous ball, and this could be the first one. Oh, Taylor responded superbly there, with both Wone and Collymore bearing down on him. The Derby County goalkeeper had to be at his best, and he was. Stone wins it again for Forest. Good football being played by both sides, and Roy McFarlane in his programme notes tonight expresses the hopes that these two are facing each other again next season, but in the Premier League. Williams foul by Stone. David Phillips it was initially who played that ball through. It was a delightful pass, it bisected the defenders, and Taylor, darting from his goal, served his side well. Bembridge can take a good long throw in. He's urging everybody away from him. So his intentions are obvious. The throw's a useful one. Short's looking for it, and Short got there too. Well, just carried the ball too far, and that's given Simpson a chance for Derby now. Still Simpson has a go first time. Didn't quite get the sting in it he was looking for. Charles's turn to run at his old club. He tries to get around Wone without success. Short's missed nothing so far. Sizing it up, taking his time. Collymore inevitably the one he's aimed for, and this time it is a free kick against the Derby defender. And 7 or 8 yards outside Derby's penalty area. I suppose it was inevitable that one verdict would go against the Derby centre-half. It's been quite a battle with Collymore, as you would expect. Pearce and Cooper and Phillips are all there. Wone is pushing up down the left. And Derby have everybody behind the ball. It's a better angle for Cooper than for Pearce. And Cooper will strike it. Oh, it's a terrific goal from Colin Cooper. And he's done it again. He just cannot stop scoring goals this season. Terrific start for Nottingham Forest, and Colin Cooper has struck his 9th of the season here. The slightest of deflections, I fancy, wide of Taylor, and Forest pricelessly in the lead. Whether the keeper was unsighted is a moot point, but Cooper, who scored only 12 goals in 265 league games before this season, has now got 9 in this one campaign. That's a precious one. Certainly been an outstanding signing for Frank Clark. Collymore's ball through is a good one, and there's a chance here for Little Stone. He's also in goal-scoring mood. My word. Steve Stone, who's scored in both the last couple of matches, looked as though he might be on for his own personal hat-trick here. Bohinen, a little touch out to him, bringing it inside Nicholson, worked it onto the left foot, and that again took the deflection. It could so easily have gone in. Kitson's very much on his own, up against 4 men in the middle if the ball comes to him. Gabbiadini plays it wide up for Simpson now. They've got to get more support for Kitson. Here comes the support in the shape of Harks. Just couldn't get there, but he wins the throw-in off Wone. Like a whip it is John Harks. Pearce for a penalty not given. Harks is cross instead. Kitson breasts it down. Kitson nearly scores. And with Short coming in on him, Crossley bravely stays down. And that's the closest that Derby County have been to a goal. Came because Harks got it in quickly. Here it is. First time ball from Harks. Kitson spinning on it. Took the option of the shot, and Crossley at the second attempt completes the stave. Derby started like a house on fire, but they've run out of steam a little bit since then. One excellently struck free kick from Colin Cooper separates the teams at half-time. Good entertainment. Derby County 0, Nottingham Forest 1.
If you use petrol without detergent, this is what can happen to your engine. That's why Shell contains a patented detergent. Used regularly, it helps stop carbon buildup and gives much better performance.
Riding along in my automobile.
You can tell when it's Shell.
When the men from the Volkswagen Group arrived at the Skoda factory, we didn't know what to expect.
It's another crucial 45 minutes for both these clubs, and I'm sure they'll be reflecting on the fact that there are so many derby matches in this more central TV Division 1 this season. And here goes Collymore straight away for Forest into the penalty area, and they've let him run too. He's not produced the cross he wanted on the end of it, so you can't afford to let Collymore run at you like that. Roy McFarlane knows Derby can ill afford to lose this evening. And he doesn't look happy with the way the game is progressing at the moment. Telling his players to get out. He needs more of them up there in the Forest half. However, they might have something now as sliced up by Chettle on a first-time shot. Terrific one it was too from Kitson. And John Harkes, in fact, I was watching Kitson there, I thought it was him, but it was John Harkes who really let fly with that one. Let's have a look. Yes, Harkes ran in front of Kitson and really belted it. Good stop, Crossley. Still Gabbiadini, and here goes Simpson. He's got a man out on his right. He's got to feed him now. Here comes Harkes. Can he score? Wide of the net from John Harkes. The angle just too acute for him when the ball was delivered by Simpson. He timed the run well. It's the first time really that Forest have been stretched like that. You can see how Stuart Pearce has been sucked in field, and Phillips got across to just put Harkes off maybe. Harkes has had two of the better shots though for Derby in this half. One, a tremendous effort tipped over by Crossley, but that one off the mark. Stone gets in. Here goes Collymore again, trying to get between the keeper and his defender short, who reacted coolly. Oh, and it's gone in! What a remarkable goal! Steve Stone will take the credit. That's a quite astonishing goal. Gary Charles against his old team kicks thin air, but he has helped really Forest forge a two-goal lead here. It's an awful defensive error. Charles knows it as much as anybody. There's the problem to start with. Taylor's out of his net, short with the header. Now watch Gary Charles here. Does it come off him? Well, Stone just got a boot in the way. It's an own goal in many ways from Gary Charles, but Stone might well take the credit because it did just loop it off his toe end. Oh, here's Gabbiadini now. That wasn't a good header from Little. Derby's chances here. It's going to come over to Harkes. Has to control it first, and it's gone wide. A header from Pembridge, just dinked wide of the right-hand upright. But at least Derby got men up there that time, which they've got to do. Gabbiadini cutting it back, and it was headed right across there from Phillips to Harkes, who had to size it up, just knocks it back in there, and Pembridge's header drifts wide. And even Cowans is suffering from the malaise now. Hayward's got a ball forward, which Little allows to go. Williams is still up there. Kavanagh, Hayward, plenty of men in the middle. And Williams it was who got in behind Cooper for once, and he's unlucky there. He stares at the net, he stares at Crossley, and he stares at the point where the ball went wide of the upright. Paul Williams, who's a great trier, would have deserved a goal. He's only got the one this season, and yet it's only a couple of years ago he was the top scorer for Derby in the season with 16. But he's a defensive player these days. So 1 against 1, Collymore and Short. Short won the day then. Kitson nicely laid down for Harkes. To do something quickly now, but even one goal would be mere consolation. Harkes. Oh dear, dear, dear. Really has all gone wrong for Derby County on this evening. And, their confidence is gone. Frank Clark, on the other hand, still vocal enough. Still conceivable Forest could win the championship, of course, by pipping Crystal Palace. And Nottingham Forest are nearly there. They've lost only once in 13 matches now. Frank Clark delighted. 2 different goals, a free kick from Cooper in the first half and a curious one claimed by Steve Stone with a considerable assist from Gary Charles in the second. So it's Derby County 0, Nottingham Forest 2.
Well, we need 2 points from 3 games to be absolutely certain, and we'll be going all out to get the 3 on Saturday at Peterborough.
But after this 2-0 win, you must feel in your heart of hearts this team is going back to the Premier Division.
Well, I felt it in my heart for a long time, but you know, that's a different thing to it actually happening in reality. I thought tonight was a wonderful team performance, where I asked the players to do something different that we haven't been doing for quite a while now, and they adapted to it very well and carried it out to the letter.
You know you're going up there, don't you?
No, no, we're going
Can I
up.
have a bet with you? I'll take Forest.
Well, I'm not a gambling man, but we're going up when it's mathematically certain that we're going up. I've been in the game too long to take anything for granted, Gary.
Well, they are going up, aren't they?
Can't see how they possibly can't go up. Mathematically, they can get caught, but highly unlikely.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the table at the moment, I mean, they are virtually there.
Oh, they're there, yeah. I mean, if Gary starts offering money in a bet, you can bet your life that they're there.
Well, we've got that table. It was a bad result for Derby tonight, wasn't it?
Yep, it was always going to be a bad result for whoever lost. Derby more than Forest, obviously. It's still 4 from 6, really, going down to Wolverhampton, and you can't really decide who is going to make it, Bob, can you?
We might have a little look back at that later.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the 2 goals, and the first one.
The first
Whoops.
goal, actually, yes, whoops, you can say that, but Cooper, this is the second very important goal he scored, but what was Sid Cowan's doing? I really, if you look, he ducks, which is actually the cardinal sin of anybody standing in the wall. I mean, it's unforgivable. I don't know whether anything was said to him at half-time, but I know when I played, if that happened, you were a very, very forlorn figure in the dressing room afterwards.
Well, I wonder if he is, or was, I should say. Stone has got a few crucial goals, hasn't he?
Yeah, again, you see, Cooper and Stone are the 2 that have actually knocked him in over the last couple of weeks, and he chased well again, you see. Collymore, I thought, did well again tonight. He battled hard. He challenged the goalkeeper several times, never worked for him. And then you've got to give that goal to Stevie Stone, because he's chased Charles all the way back and he's got his foot to it. It was very well played.
Jim, what about Frank Clark?
He's done
he had
great.
an amazing act to follow with Brian Clough, didn't he?
He's had a brilliant season, Frank. I think we all knew that he was in for a very tough time after Brian left, and he's taken over from the great man, etc., etc. But he's done it his way. I think the one important thing that he's managed to maintain is that he's kept Forest playing football a la Brian Clough style, and he's introduced his own little bit of character, and he's had a great season.